Hey, what's up? Lightbolt Joe here. Today we're going to discuss the 2017 Netflix animated feature film Animal Crackers. So, this film, when it was announced, it was during a time in culture where a lot of people were realizing how bad circuses were because of the abuse of animals, and a lot of circuses were shutting down and slash or getting rid of animal acts altogether because of the uproar, the public uproar. How dare you whip a lion? How dare you, beat a bear to ride a unicycle? How dare you do this to elephants? Stuff like that, right? So this announcement, I think it was announced in like 2015 or something like that. It was or 2013. It was a while, and it was shelved for a while too. And then eventually it came out in 2017. It was in an interesting time because how do you then make a movie about animal crackers without having it about animals in the circus? The premise of the box of animal crackers is that you have all these different animals, the old box, the original box. You have these different animals in their tiny little cages on their little wheels that they would be shoved into, prison-wise, and taken, place to place and circus to circus. So the box was redesigned. It's all these animals now roaming free in the savannah, which is great. But again, how do you make a film about circus animals based on the animal crackers? And how does this work, right? So that was the question. How do you do it? And this film is based on a graphic novel, I think, of the same name, Animal Crackers, based on the cookies. And the film works. It works. The animal crackers are these magic things that were enchanted by this sorceress who was a fortune teller. And so, what's her name? Esmeralda. And these two brothers had the circus together. Esmeralda's niece came into effect. And so the brothers were, fighting then because they both wanted the girl. And then, of course, misogyny wins, does not win, excuse me. And so the couple then decides to run their own circus or continue on with their magic animals because of these specific animal crackers. And so then the other brother is then banished and he has to do his own thing and stuff, right? Rivalry. Many decades later, this is a lot of time that happens in this film. It's an hour and a half film, plus 10 minutes of credits. Then the nephew then of this main circuiteer, ringmaster, comes into effect with his own family after we see him as a kid meeting his then future wife at the circus. And so then these animal crackers are gifted to him at his aunt and uncle's funeral, pseudo funeral. And the crackers are these magic-induced items that if you eat the animal-shaped cracker, you turn into that animal. That's how they were able to do all those amazing tricks and feats and things like that with those animals back in the day. And then when the fire happened and then his aunt and uncle had perished in the fire, couldn't do it anymore. The circus couldn't do those animal tricks anymore because the ringmaster and ringmastress were gone. And so then what happens then? Who gets the crackers? Who's going to hold the new mantle to run the circus? Well, the person who runs the mantle is then going to get the box of crackers. And the box is magic. So you take a cookie out, cookie magically appears back in. You eat a cookie, your human-shaped cookie goes in the box. But if you lose your human-shaped cookie, then you're an animal forever. But you can keep eating other animals, but you're still an animal forever. You can't ever turn human again. And that's what happened with his aunt and uncle. They turned into a dog and cat prior to the fire happening that his brother had started. And so then the evil brother had started. And so then they are stuck in animal form, hence the funeral. But it's neat seeing these different things happen. What's also interesting about this film is that there's two villains in this. You have the main evil brother storyline, but then you also have the evil father-in-law storyline. The father-in-law just wants him to the main character to continue working at the dog food biscuit factory of his and not convince his daughter to join the circus like he intended all those years ago. But they have a young kid now, Mackenzie, and she wants to join the circus and she wants to help out. And she turns into a monkey at one point after her father turns into many animals at one point. So it's a very interesting story based on animal crackers. The question was, how the hell do you make a movie based on the crackers shaped of circus animals? How do you have a circus-themed movie in a very politically corrected society involving animals? Well, it's magic, obviously. And obviously you can change shape. And obviously no harm was done to any actual animals because you yourself become the animal and you can do the gorilla things and you can do the flamingo things and you can do the rhino things. It's very entertaining concept. I wouldn't have done two villains. I would have kept it one singular villain. I thought it was too much information going on for a kid's film. But overall, I thought it was very well done. Of course, you crave animal crackers the entire time watching, and I have not had an animal cracker in a very long time. When I went to camp, I used to go to a summer camp with my brother many years ago when we were teenagers, and one of our cabin mates would always have a giant tub of animal crackers, and we just eat them constantly. It was our sustenance for the week that we were away. It was wonderful, good times, horribly unhealthy, good for the soul at that present moment, but good film, surprisingly good film. Animal crackers. On to the next review. Mucho mahalo.